Hey, we
Ugh.
got a new story coming. We got a new
We have news
we got
stories.
another
What?
story. Bethesda is apparently remaking Oblivion in Unreal 5, and it is apparently coming out soon. According to insider Nate the Hate, it is set for a reveal in the coming weeks. VGC corroborated this with their own sources and will likely release before June, while other sources told VGC it could arrive as soon as next month. It is apparently being developed by Virtuous. Virtuous is currently also working on that Metal Gear Solid 3 remake, and has done some work on several other franchises. It is fully remade in Unreal 5 with 6 reworked gameplay systems, including stamina, sneaking, blocking, archery, hit reaction, and HUD. They've improved the game's blocking system and have made it, and it's been inspired by games like Dark Souls. Sneak icons are now highlighted in the new system. The stamina system was modified to be less frustrating for players, making the knockdown that occurs when stamina is depleted more difficult to activate through changes in calculation methods. And yeah, that's basically it. This is coming
This
out. Ooh.
actually sounds fucking incredible. Uh,
All
if it
right,
comes
all
out like
right.
working, I like Oblivion. I like Oblivion a lot. That's a silly game. That's a silly game with weird and stupid balancing, which really particularly grabs me. I like games with stupid balancing that can be absolutely destroyed.
Mhm.
And this is definitely one of those. And for them to be going, hey, you know how the biggest problems with Oblivion is that you hit a guy and they don't even move? Uh, or how blocking is completely pointless, or how the stamina system is really annoying. We're just gonna fix that. We're just gonna fix that part of it, and then put the same game out. That sounds great. It's funny also that Skyblivion is
Like around the
not
corner.
out yet.
Supposed to be.
It's right around the corner, and it could be coming out when a full remake of Oblivion is coming out in Unreal 5 instead of the Skyrim engine.
I'm actually stoked for this. I want them to release side by side. I want to compare and contrast.
Yeah.
I think that I think Sky Oblivion might be truer to the original experience, but I think the remake will probably be a better
Better
game.
game. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. That seems all right. I liked Oblivion. It's, in my opinion, the last time I really gave a shit fully about Bethesda, in a meaningful way. So, you know,
Yeah. As long as I can, from level 1, run to where Umbra is, immediately get a full set of ebony armor and a Daedric weapon, and then blast the game completely out of the water by being wildly overgeared from level 1, I'll still be happy.
always fun. Always a
Um,
fun experience.
do we know anything about Elder Scrolls 6?
Nope.
That it's being made. That's it. That's being made.
I'm sitting here thinking
It's what
like,
they're working on.
is this like potentially a peek at what a future Elder Scrolls could play like?
Oh, probably. I'm pretty confident that if this game comes out and it has like a more wait and watch patience combat system, that that'll be indicative of them planning to completely overhaul the way combat works in Elder Scrolls.
I mean, I don't think this is being developed by Bethesda though. I think this is just a team doing a remake.
You're
I
right,
don't
but
know.
I think that is probably would be a decision influenced by the direction that Bethesda is taking Elder Scrolls as a whole in.
I think,
Um,
if you're sitting here, if you're working on Elder Scrolls 6 and you're still not far enough in that, like, you're just not releasing any information about it still after all this time, this comes out and people really like the gameplay aspect and your game doesn't play like that.
Yeah,
I
probably
don't,
going to make some changes.
if you're not too far along, if you are too far along, you just stick with it, right?
Yeah, we have seen hardly anything about the Elder Scrolls 6. They've been pretty tight-lipped about it.
Mm-hmm.
Every time they do talk about it, it seems to be emergency, there's a controversy around Bethesda going, hit the Elder Scrolls 6 button. And then they release a trailer that shows nothing.
Fair.
And I believe that's all we have. I think we literally have like a 10-second clip that is a big sweeping shot of a landscape with the words Elder Scrolls 6 over it.
Yep.
That's literally it.
I was wondering if there was more than that one time I watched that one trailer, but nope. Okay.
Yeah. So I think this is probably indicative of a change like that. And you know, the thing is Elder Scrolls is totally used to completely switching up its combat if you look at the whole series, because like Oblivion is a big transition to a completely different kind of combat, and Skyrim is also not exactly like Oblivion when it comes to the way its combat works. It's way more similar than like Morrowind is. But I feel like Oblivion and Skyrim's combat style is the thing that most people are going to be associating Elder Scrolls with, because let's be real, not as many people have played Morrowind or Daggerfall or Arena as have played Oblivion and Skyrim. And so the idea of a combat switch is probably going to be a little weird for people, but I think that it's good. It's welcome for me. I like it.
I think that their combat has been terrible forever. I think that them switching to something more akin to Dark Souls would be welcome. I also don't have a lot of faith in Bethesda after anything they've made after Skyrim.
Yeah, they're in a state right now, man. So yeah, I don't blame you.
Well, technically they are Doom.
There's Doom. That team's doing great.
That team's doing fine, but this is not them. Like that's
yeah.
Like Bethesda Softworks, the developer, not Bethesda, the publisher,
the company,
is not in a great space. Fallout 4, I feel like Fallout 4 was like the last. I mean, like I personally thought Skyrim.
Oh. Bronson?
He is frozen.
He's frozen.
They took him out. They took him out because of his thoughts on Skyrim.
This is what happens when you broadcast from the Matrix. The agents come for you.
He was going to talk bad about Skyrim, and they went.
They came for
him down.
First, it was most cost effective to send developers into the Steam comment section to be like, "No, our game is good." And when that wasn't enough, they sent the people to their houses.
To send people to their houses.
Fallout 4.
Yeah, Fallout 4. The thing is, I disliked the direction of Fallout 4. Like, I hated the removal of the skill system from Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3.
Yeah.
So I was disappointed by the perk system they switched to. I also think that the dialogue was made worse. I think it was just like system wise. I think it was a near universal downgrade. I think the experience of Fallout 4 is literally worse than New Vegas and 3, and I don't think 3 is even itself like a super awesome experience. I think it's got problems.
Yeah. Yes.
Fallout New Vegas is goated though.
Right.
So I think that even Skyrim is a downgrade from Oblivion, and I think that Oblivion is only a slight upgrade system-wise, but overall as a game, a downgrade from Morrowind. Morrowind is fucking amazing. And I think that Morrowind was enabled to be amazing like that because it was made by a version of Bethesda that said, all right, we need to write all these books made by Vivek. And they're like, we gotcha. We're going to make a room really hot, take a bunch of mushrooms, lock ourselves in it for 23 hours and until we have books.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. The whole layout has been screwed up, but he'll be back in a second.
He'll be back.
You're just going to have to deal with us like this for a brief moment here. Welcome to your cyberpunk future. The slightest thing sends everything into disarray. But
I think he fully went down. I think his internet's just gone, probably.
It said he said wind briefly knocked the power out. Wind.
Knock the power out.
Wind. More like Morrowind.
Yeah, like Morrowind.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, I would love. I'm someone who enjoyed Skyrim quite a bit. I
love Skyrim. Yeah.
I enjoy being in that setting and running around in it. I find it hard to go back to it. One, I've just experienced that world plenty of hours. I'm good.
Mhm.
And then the combat is not what I'm coming to it for. Or anything like that.
I go back to it pretty much every year. I'd say every year I do a playthrough of Skyrim.
Okay.
I never fully beat the game. I play Skyrim like a psychotic freak.
All right.
So I do this thing where I completely max out my character while playing as little of the quests and stories as possible.
Okay.
And then do some of the storylines, but like just nuclear bomb every single thing that tries to fight me at any point in the game.
It sounds fun.
That's my overall strategy.
Yeah.
And I love it. And it's part of why Skyrim is one of my favorite games of all time, is because it really lends itself well to letting you do whatever you want before engaging with the story. It's probably one of my peak examples of a game designed to properly exploit my taste in games. Despite the fact that it's the worst of the overall games in the series. I just it's just the thing that gets me.
All right.
Hi, my power
He's
went out.
back.
Bronson's back. Hey.
I hope
What
that
did I
doesn't happen to
miss?
me too.
We just been talking
we talked about how much
Yeah.
we love Skyrim.
Okay, fair enough.
and how Bethesda sent their shooters after you to take you out because you were about to say
I
something
know.
bad about Skyrim.
I've been bad mouthing Bethesda for about a decade. They sent the assassin. I fought him off.
Yeah.
Let them know. Let the record show on this recording that we love Skyrim. Skyrim is the best game ever, and Bethesda games are fantastic, and we cannot wait for next Bethesda product.
Yeah, well, the first Bethesda product, the big Bethesda game that released that didn't grab me was Starfield. It never converted me into playing it. I just wasn't interested.